Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for checking back in. For those of you who are new, my name is Dave with everything in between. So you probably came to this video to see how to replace your brake switch assembly. It has an electrical connection on one side. It has a plunger on the other side. You're going to be in an awkward position when you're getting to these things. These are very underneath by the brake pedal. You may get cramps in your ribs. It may hurt a little bit because it's kind of awkward to get to these things. But anyway, you'll see teeth here on there. You can position this however you want. You don't have to go all the way in, but we'll show footage on how to set this back in there. But keep watching. These are very easy to replace, but if you replace this and your lights still stay on, you may have the same issue that we had. I'm glad we had it so that we can show you how we temporarily fixed it, and we'll show you two pieces that I found on the floorboard that I think belong to that brake pedal. And I think that this part goes into the metal, and then this goes and pushes in the plunger. This may not have been bad, so if you don't step on it and break it like I did, this is no good no more. So I'm just leaving the new one in. It's probably about 30 bucks, I think it was. I'll leave links down in the description to this, and if you're missing this part here, you may need this. So I'll leave links down in the description of that as well. So you may be able to get your money back in case this is the issue, or may not even buy this and figure it out that this is the actual cause, and then just spend however much this is for these little pieces and to put back on there. So anyway, let's get back to the original footage of replacing these and then showing you how we fixed, how this broke off and how we fixed it. Okay. All right, nobody's in the seat. Okay. Here's the brake pedal. It's right there, the gray and the white switch that we need to unplug, the brown and the gray. Just pushing it in. There it goes. There's the brake, right? The front one here, this is your speed control, and the other one is your brake light, the one behind it, the one we're replacing. You know, the way to remove these easy is lefty loosey, righty tighty. So if I wanted to replace the cruise control, I'm just going to turn it like that. There you go, and it pops out just like that. And then the same thing, if I want to replace this one, I'm going to just turn it lefty loosey. That's all I did, and it pops right out. So I'm going to put it back in, put it in. There you go, it's locked in place. I just righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I'm going to stick it in there, and it'll just go, just keep turning it and it'll slide in just like that. Push it down and turn. So now that they're locked in place, I'm going to put the back one on first. You always want to get it to where the release is facing you. Don't put it on backwards. It's just like that. And then I'll just pop that in there. And here's this one. I'll pop that in there. And there's the release switch for the cruise control. And pop it in. That's it. I can also do it with them inside if I wanted to. Just turn it like that. And it pops out like that. And it pops out. Easy replacements to do. All right, let's see if they work. All right, this job is getting more more difficult. It should be an easy job. Things get old and brittle and fall apart, and so until we can find the actual replacement, if you saw the footage, or maybe I'll put a picture, right? So your brake pedal, when you press it down, the switches extend out, and then when you release the brake and it comes back, it pushes those in, the switches inside the housing. Well, if you saw, the piece of metal had two holes, so it was like it was just, you're pressing the brake and then you let it go, and it was going through those holes and going just like that, and they were not going back in. And so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to use, I actually had this laying around from my laser machine, and this looks like the same size as that padding that's on that piece of metal. And so the point of this is so that now I have a smooth surface and I don't have those two holes in that piece of metal. Now the switches are going to hit this and they're going to go back into the switch housing. But I still have some of this Gorilla Tape, and so it's double-sided. And so I'm just going to cut a little piece to the same size as this, and I'm going to mount it onto the piece of metal. And just a temporary fix until we get the right stuff, right? This is very thin. This is 3 millimeter, so about 1/8 of an inch, and that should work for now. So I'm gonna take this, put it on that piece of wood, I'm gonna lay it all the way across, push down, right? So now I have the Gorilla Tape. Take some scissors, cut it, okay? And so now I have that double-sided sticky, and so this I'm going to put onto the piece of metal. So let's hope that that works, and let's try it out. All right, I'm going to disengage. I'm going to push this down. I'm going to clean it so that the adhesive can stick. I hope this is good enough. Oh, look at that. Something fell out. Look at that. That fell out of there, and I bet this goes into that hole of that piece of metal. Let's take the tape off of this. Actually, before we take the tape off, let's see if it actually works. Let's push this down. Let's put the plastic in there, and let's disengage it. Now let's go see if the light's turned off. Success. That was the problem. So I think what I'm going to do now is these can go in and out. Okay, they don't have to be, if I want this pedal to go up more, I'm just going to unscrew this and move it out a little bit and then tighten it back in. Okay, there's different levels here. All these little notches give you different levels of this brake pedal going down. So let's push the brake pedal. Let's take the metal piece out, or take that out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out. Turn and pull. And turn and pull. All right, so I'm going to take the tape off. And this is just temporary. Peeling it off. Let's see if I can push down. And I'm crossing my hands here, but perfect. Yeah, that's a perfect fit. Like this was made for that. Okay. See what I did there? I put that piece of wood right there. There's a temporary fix. And so now, as this is fully up, right? The brake is fully up. Now I can take my brake switch on the back, put it in, all the way down to it stops, and then righty-tighty. And you're going to see a gap there. It doesn't have to go all the way in. Same thing with this one. Fit it in there, all the way down to it stops, and turn. As you can see, it's not all the way engaged. Now, if the brake was depressed, then I can go further in, but I don't need to. I want to go just until this brake pedal comes up. All right, temporary solution. And so now Lights are off.